Hello everyone. This is a short screencast to introduce you to the Exploratory Research blog assignment. And exploratory is an important word here because I want you to actually look for new ideas, look for angles on your topic that maybe you never thought existed. I want you to see what's out there in research, and then you will use this blog to show us your journey. So for those of you who have never blogged, there's a little list here on the blog. This is the requirements page that you have, the file that you have. And here's a list about what blogging as a genre is like, basically. It's published in an time-stamped blog sites. It's open to comments from readers, and this is important because your blog is going to be public and your classmates will be able to look at your posts and respond to them. It combines texts with images or links, including videos. It's intended to influence public opinion, and it often blends styles of journalism, personal stories, and formal argument. Usually brief, 400 to 600 words, but lengths can vary widely. I'm wanting you to do no less than 300 words per post, and there will be 4 posts that you will need to complete over the next few weeks. So first you're going to create a free Google account on Blogger, and if you look on D2L in our Project 2 Exploratory blog module, it takes you through how to do that. There are also YouTube videos that will help you if you are getting a little confused. It's really not that hard to do. Once you have that set up, then you're going to send me your topic name and the link to your blog to our D2L Dropbox. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. The next thing I want you to do is look at some examples from previous semesters. All of these blogs were very successful. Some of them have a little more or a little less in them than what I'm asking you to do this time. The one we're going to take a look at here about the emerald ash borer is exactly the right length. It's got 4 posts in it. But these are all interesting and will help you see what other students have done. Then as you go along, you're going to design, personalize your blog, and take a look at some of these other things. How to post, how to respond to your peers. And finally, on the final due date of the blog, your last entry should be posted by that date. You should go through and correct any errors that you did in past blogs if you want to. And then you have to submit a final blog checklist. This checklist you'll find in our project number 2 module, and you'll put it in our assignments Dropbox. When you do this, that signals me that you are ready for me to assess your blog. I will not assess your blog until the checklist is filled out. And the purpose of the checklist is to help you make sure that you've got everything done. And if you find something on the checklist that isn't finished or you know isn't right, then you have the opportunity to correct it before you send it in to me. Here's schedules and due dates. So there's 4 different posts and 4 different times that responses to your peers are due as well. Okay, so that's an overview. Down here it gives you some sentences and questions that you might want to start for responding to your sources. So think about that. You are responding to your sources, just sort of like we did with some of the other active reading we've done. And then when you comment on your classmates' blogs, you're going to look at these 3 questions. You are both going to comment directly on their blog posts and also in a D2L discussion. So we'll get that set up later. Okay, without further ado, let's take a quick look at some aspects of a really strong blog here. This is the first one I listed for the student examples. It's about the emerald ash borer and the problems that we're having now in our state, especially with it killing ash trees. So you can see that she decided on kind of a a motif of green in the background. You can design your blog however you want. Blogger has a lot of options for you that are simple to use. So images are important to have, and every blog post has to have at least one multimedia image or component. I like how she showed us what the borers and the beetles actually look like, the difference between that. And notice how she's added a video here. Anytime you can add a video link, a direct link to a video, that's important. But when you do that, make sure that you tell the reader what it is you want them to get out of watching that video. So for example, don't just say, oh, to find out about the emerald ash borer, click on this video. No, find a couple of points that you think are important from the video and then provide the link. This is her beginning post, and the beginning post is supposed to just ask a lot of questions. So this is your opportunity to show us why you care about this topic, and just begin asking the questions that you think you might want to explore. She tells us here why the topic's important. And then she gets down here and talks a little bit more about some of the problems that they've had on her own property. And she's saying things like, I'm wondering, how can we do a better job at minimizing the EAB from killing ash trees in Colorado? So she asked that question, and then she said, has the public been adequately educated or asked to be involved in this fight? So these are questions she does not know the answers to, hence she is exploring her topic. And all down and through here, it's all questions, ideas, directions she thinks she might go with her blog, with her research. So then after that, she has her other posts. So let me start at the bottom here. This is post number 2. I also wanted to show you how you need to put in a direct link to the sources that you are exploring. So let's see if we can find one. So when you scroll over the text, you'll find where there's a direct link here. You've seen this a lot in online newspaper articles, blogs, whatever, but this is what you need to do. And it's very simple, and there's a lot of help with how to do these things. But this little green beetle is on the move, so we need to be prepared, she says. The Colorado State Forest Service reported that the EAB was found in the state in a little under 4 years ago. Okay, so when you click on this, it's going to directly take you to her source. Okay, so you don't need to cite that source. If it's an electronic source that you can get to, that your reader can get to, then that's all you need to do. So notice she took the name of the source, and you'll find in Blogger that all you have to do is highlight this, and then there's a link for how to, there's an icon that links you back to this. Okay, so it'll be simple to do, but this is the way you want to do it. You don't want a long URL. You don't want to say according to my source at https blah 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 and then have this long URL. We want it to be nice and tidy, and just the name of the source with a direct, formatted as a direct link is what you need. Now there's times when that's not going to work, right? You have a print source, or say you're on a library database that only people who are at Front Range Community College can access. So in this case, you're going to want to put a citation at the end, and I think she did that in her next post. There's one here. Here it is. So here's a post where she uses a source that cannot be accessed directly on the web by everyone. So down at the bottom, she put an MLA citation. Notice it's from our EBSCO Science Reference Center. So that's when you use a works cited. You only put a works cited with a print source or a source that your reader can't directly access easily. Okay, let's see, what else do we want to look at here? I love how she keeps her images to be definitely applicable to what she's talking about. I would like you to go through and read this blog a little bit, because you'll see how she develops her questions and how she keeps questioning herself as she goes along. Okay, and then what else was I going to look at here? Anyway, just to give you an idea of what it looks like and what we're expecting, I think these student examples will help you a lot. Okay, so get started with putting your Blogger account together and upload the link to your Blogger account once you get it. It should look like something like this: your last name, or whatever your ID is, .blogspot.com. So that's what it should look like when you send it to me. And also have your topic ready to go.